Hello everyone, I'm Mohammad Qeshta and today I'm going to deliver this presentation about the difference between Ophelia and Laertes after their fathers was killed, like the difference in their reaction. Okay, I'm going, first of all, the outline. First we have an intro, then I'm going to go through the differences one by one. First in their behavior, then in their endings, and finally in their roles in the tragedy. And finally, we have a conclusion. Okay, first we have an introduction. I'd like to say here, like, it is very strange, though they are brother and sister. One could expect that they have many in common, but in this play, we have a brother and sister who have some similarities, a few similarities, and they are way different from each other. They have many differences. We are going to talk about these differences in this presentation. First of all, the similarities, they are few. They are from the same family. They, as good children in that age, are obedient to their father. Though they get angry, the way of them to express their anger differs, but both of them get mad, get angry because Polonius was killed. And finally, their rage will bring their end. Because of their rage, they will end. They will be killed, or they will die. Okay, now we'll talk about the difference in behavior. After Polonius' death, Ophelia got mad. Her speeches was fragmented. It included many fragment sentences, nonsense, I would like to say, and some traditional songs from their end, and it was fragmented. And it gave her this kill of Polonius, death of Polonius, gave her freedom to talk about whatever she could. So she talked about her love to Hamlet. This is, like I would say, a trivial thing or very small behaviors, coward behavior. However, in contrast, we came to Laertes, who made big things. He led a mob. On one hand, we have somebody like a woman uh, who talks like fragmented sentences, and on the other hand, we have someone who was thinking about being the king of the state. Like there is a big difference. So Laertes led a mob. He blamed the king. He even challenged the king. He said like, I don't know the exact quote, but he said, "Return to me, my father." And then he blamed Hamlet. In the grave scene, didn't even blame him, he also cursed him and attacked. Then we have difference in ending. Ophelia's end could be described as suspicious and not respected. To end her life like this. Though she received a good treatment, uh, they made her grave in their Christian way, but all of them know, and the audience know that her death is not respected to end her life. It indicated a weakness in her character. But most significantly, most interestingly, her death was reported by the queen, not even seen. We didn't see her like in the stage die. Someone else reported her death, as if this scene is not necessary to the play. Some report would be enough, which is something I find like interesting. However, Laertes, his death was seen. We all saw his death. He was killed in a duel between him and Hamlet, protagonist, and his death was respected. Now the difference in their roles, like how did their death, contributed to the tragedy. First, Ophelia was the second character. She was here a catalyst. By catalyst, like she was a catalyst for Laertes and for Hamlet. She made Laertes angry and Hamlet to be sad. And finally, her death was an introduction, like the beginning of the catastrophe. She wasn't killed in the palace to, yeah, like to be described as an important character who was killed in the catastrophe, but she prepared for this catastrophe. However, Laird was killed at the end of the play in the catastrophe. His death even exposed the king. Yeah, like in near his death, he said to Hamlet that the king is responsible for all this. A negative thing about his death could like be said like um he was trapped in his schemes, like انقلب السحر على الساحر. Uh, he planned to kill Hamlet, but he was the first one who was killed. And his death role in the catastrophe was an important factor in this catastrophe, in this tragedy. He was killed. So the reason behind the killing of Hamlet even was the reason for the death of the king because he exposed. Finally, the conclusion. As I said before, it is very strange that a brother and sister in the same family at that age have many differences. And it was really strange for me. And here I deliver like what I think the reason behind this difference. The only thing that comes to my mind is that because Laird is a man and Ophelia is a woman. So because only because Laird is a man, he gets honorable death in the battle between him and Hamlet. Major role, like he was killed in the catastrophe, he contributed directly to this tragedy and brave behaviors. He confronted the king, he challenged the king, he attacked Hamlet. However, Ophelia, only because she's a woman, she deliver or she gets suspicious death and a minor roles and also coward behavior. That was all that I have, and thank you for listening.